Well, it was a highly entertaining game at the Shark Tank. Unfortunately, those pesky Anaheim Ducks come out with a 3-2 win in the shootout. Welcome to this edition of Teal Town After Dark. Following that game, I'm Eric Carra. You can follow me on Twitter at Buckeye14. But of course, if you want to be part of the show, here's how you do it. By using the hashtag TealTownUSA on Twitter. You can also join us in the chat, whether it's on the YouTube page or the app itself. And make sure you hit all of ours on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, and do us a favor. Please subscribe down below. We want to make sure you get as many subscribers as we can. We're almost to 600. Come on, people. Let's make this happen. Tell your friends. Tell your coworkers. Tell the people you kind of like, but you are afraid to ask them out. You do that. All right. With us tonight, already back from the Shark Tank, it is AJ Strong.
Don't get me started.
Okay. And joining us as well is Alex Martinet. Hello, good sir.
Hey, how you doing?
All things considered, of course.
We'll get to that.
Yes. All right. Let's press play and go to steal a line from Mark Ibanez on this 3-2 Sharks loss in the shootout to the Anaheim Ducks. Early on, I thought the Sharks came out with some good spunk, especially since the Ducks played last night, and they are injured and battle-tested, and they got things going on a defensive breakdown by the Ducks. Jonas Donskoy with a feed from Couture at 3:31 got the Sharks on the board. Pretty nice plays. A little dangle there, AJ.
Dude, Donskoy just keeps bringing it. I mean, just bringing it. And for those asking how AJ gets home so quick on the chat, I live pretty close to the tank.
Yes.
So anyway, dude, Donskoy, he seems to be the most consistent Shark so far over the month of November. I mean, him and Couture. I mean, that it's not even the second. Let's be honest, people. It's not the second line anymore. Couture, Donskoy, and Hertl. That's the new number one line. You can say what you want about Thornton, Pavs, and whoever else they decide to try to plug into that slot, even though nobody seems to be working. That's the new line, and the top line is getting it done. The rest of them, I don't know what to tell you. We had that nice stretch where we were getting a lot of, a decent amount of contribution from the bottom line guys. You saw Meyer here and there, Ward with a goodie getting into it, but last couple of games, man, I don't know. It just seems like the Couture Donskoy line that's what you can count on. Other than that, there you go.
What did you think of the first goal by Donskoy and overall the first period, Alex?
Yeah, that was perfect timing. So yeah, like I think Donskoy has been the best Sharks forward, or at least consistent forward through the first 18 games, 19 games. I think that's fair to say. I think it's interesting to see them play him on the left wing, left or right wing. I'm not really too sure about the Hertl connection, like him playing with Hertl on the right wing. I don't think that's kind of working, but maybe for Donskoy, that's what's working for him right now, because he's been the most consistent scorer for the past 2 weeks.
See, now it makes me want to fight you on that, because there was more than a few times where the reason why Couture was doing as well as he did was because Hertl was freeing him up and feeding him. And even though like Hertl wasn't getting a primary or secondary assist, if they counted tertiary assists, Hertl would be leading the team in that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you in that respect, but like if you see that like the Sharks don't have a lot of speed, and that's what for our first, would you say the Hertl, Couture, and Donskoy line has basically been our first line?
Pretty much for the month of November.
Okay. I mean, I would say it's one of the best ways to fight a team like the Ducks that's big on size. 1 through 4, they are a tall team. it's one of the main reasons why third and fourth lines kind of got banged up. You kind of saw the Shark kind of spraying the depth a little bit to help counteract that. But I liked the adjustments that the coach did in the second and third period, putting the bank back or away from Joe Thornton, allowing to be a stick, use his playmaking ability on the ice. I'm really not too sure about Joe Thornton. That seems to be the wild card. But for me, both Couture and Donskoy, I think it's just more of an issue on depth and who they're facing, because that's what's going on right now.
Yeah. Well, not a lot in the way of depth and a lot in the way of injury. I mean, Thornton clearly not 100%. Pavs not 100%. Martin, it's just been tweeted out that he has a setback, so Martin probably not coming back before December. Not that that is
that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't want to say bad idea, but not that that's been the Achilles heel of the Sharks over this time. It hasn't been defense. It's been clearly scoring. You know, when was the last time the Sharks scored 3 goals?
Wasn't Vancouver, yeah.
Well, and let's be honest. I mean, you know, the 2 gifts to Tierney and, you know, Shorty from with Couture. I mean, let's be honest. That Vancouver game, yeah.
I know what you mean.
Not something that you're, you know, judging the season upon.
Sure, of course.
Even with Martin's absence, I don't think that we've really missed him that much, because the rookies have come up and filled that gap.
Exactly. It's not defense is where this team is hurting.
True.
But the question I have for you guys is this, and I think I tweeted this out earlier. Do you think the known tendencies of Martin and Burns are hindering Burns with Joachim Ryan? I mean, yes, Ryan's done a great job filling in. There's no doubt about it. But don't you think that maybe the uneasiness or the unexpected play of Ryan is making Burnsy maybe second guess a couple of things, perhaps?
I'm really not too sure. I think I would rather see them if defense has been the biggest fault of Burns this season, and you saw in the second goal or the first goal with Perry, where Perry beat Burns the rebound. It just seems like he's just not there defensively, and I don't know if he's too focused on scoring, and that's leading into his defensive faults because he's pressuring the puck. But
wouldn't it be funny if it was like Martin was the key to all of this? Like Paul Martin, like that's the reason why, like, you know, Burns hasn't like put the biscuit in the basket. It's, oh, I need my buddy Paul Martin. I need my other beard bro.
Right.
I am surprised though we haven't seen Vlasic and Burns for at least a period, because I haven't seen.
For?
I'm just to free out Burns, just to see what you could do. Maybe take a forward that's more offensive focused and put him on a second or third line. That way you balance out your lines. I don't know what you do, because maybe you just do something to get Burns a goal and he just starts, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, I've noticed that he has been pinching a little bit more, and maybe that's the coaching staff saying go ahead and do that a little bit more, but we'll see. A couple of things in the chat. Rob Iman saying, which defenseman do you sacrifice to add a score?
Not DeMello.
Because he's a surefire bet to get that 4th round pick in about 4 months.
We should up it to a 3rd round pick, guys. We're the media, so let's hope that we can.
If there's a defenseman, like seriously, if that is a question, like if you want to, you know, which D-man do you sacrifice to add a score? I think it's pretty obvious that, especially when you look at the contracts, Burns and Vlasic are going nowhere. So who do they play with? Okay, Paul Martin. Yeah, Paul Martin would be fantastic to move when you consider that he's still here for another couple years and he's got a pretty fat contract and not contributing, but who's going to take an injury-prone 37-year-old defenseman at this point? So it comes down to Braun and Dylan. You know, Dylan trending upward, over the course of this season. Actually kind of started with Schlemko last year. But then again, you look at that, then it comes down to how much is on their contracts and what are they getting paid. And right now, Dylan is overpaid for his role. Now, if he was a 4 guy, yeah, he is. Dude, you show me a guy who is playing on the bottom pair that is getting Dylan's money.
What's Dylan's money?
$3.5 million.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not seeing that. You're seeing
that's the catch.
3 4s, but you're not seeing that on 5 6s, and that's what Dylan's getting right now.
$3 million.
I think you have.
It's more than $3 million, bro.
But like, I think he's earned that with his play this season. He's definitely been one of the best defensemen.
It's not that I'm not saying he hasn't earned it. I'm saying show me a team that is paying a 5 6 a guy in Dylan's slot. That show me that's getting that much money. If Dylan was making $1 million less a year, I'd be fine with it. Because that would be in line with what the other guys are getting.
You can't fault a guy for you capitalizing on his market. I mean, that's just how it is.
Well, and you can't fault a guy for Doug Wilson overpaying.
We had Dylan the year we went to the Cup. So, so technically we already got our investment back. So, if you wanted to look at it that way.
Nobody's looking at it that way.
I mean, for me, I'm looking at it that way.
Yeah, Brendan Dillon, for what it's worth, it makes 3.27. He's a UFA after the 2019-20 season. A couple of things I would say is probably Justin Braun is the one that's everybody's going to be getting a focus on. 3.8 mil. Vlasic
and
makes
this is the
better,
whole thing.
but he's older than Brendan Dillon.
But see, this is the whole thing. Braun, when you put Braun and Dylan together for what they are, I think Braun would get you more back in trade, and I would take that.
How many years does Braun have?
He's got his contract actually expires the same year as Brendan Dillon. So
same length.
Yeah, you're almost looking at its specific needs as to sense of, do you need a right-handed defenseman or do you need a left-handed defenseman, depending on the team that's asking for it. But we'll keep going with that. But let's continue on with the recap of tonight's game. Speaking of defense, they didn't stop Corey Perry 45 seconds into the second period to tie the game up at 1-1 from Montour and Raquel. That line was gangbusters, and they did it again in the middle of the period with Raquel getting his 8th on the year from Perry and Montour to make it 2-1 Anaheim. Anaheim came out in the second period, and they caught the Sharks, down and out.
Yeah, good cycle game. Yeah,
and just to let you know, NBCSN postgame just showed the photo that I tweeted earlier. Nice. They just showed my picture of that I tweeted. So thank you, Brody. Appreciate it, brother.
Back to you, Alex.
No, I think that's one of the big strengths, and what you're seeing more and more from the Tampa Bay and Ducks is they keep on cycling the puck to get someone in front of the net, and then they just have this chemistry that just works for them. And I'm still afraid of the Ducks. Like, they had a rough start and they've lost a lot of people, but they are one of the teams I'm still looking out for.
Oh yeah, Anaheim's always played tough, AJ. I mean, but the tough thing about this is it was a back-to-back for them, and then you go into a 9-round shootout, and it's like, okay, guys, let's. I mean, there's a little bit of frustration, I would think, in that.
I guess that's why I'm more disappointed about the Sharks' effort in the first period, because it just seemed like they weren't at 100%. It didn't seem like the Sharks had 2 days rest, 3 days rest, and it felt like the Ducks were just on them.
No, they had a day rest. They played Saturday, dude.
Saturday? They had Sunday. Yeah, this Sunday off.
Yeah. It just felt like the Sharks were just not playing the physical game until the second or till the third period when they started grinding. Yeah, we got lucky with the Donskoy goal where Donskoy did pinch, but that was great. That was a great goal by him. But
see, and this is a funny thing. I'm totally opposite of you. I thought that the Sharks came out quick and hard in the first period because They had sucked so much over the last two games. I mean, let's be honest, dude. The last two games, they were abysmal. And I thought they came out with something to prove in that first period. And I thought they played really well. They tailed off a little bit towards the end of the first, but I thought the first 10, 12 minutes, I mean, all the stats were in their corner. They were getting a lot of shots on goal. I mean, and geez, even in the third period, what was the third period? The third period was something sick.
14 to 6, just like that.
It was 20-9 in shots in the third period.
Exactly.
Which had, you know, of course, they had the Sharks Kryptonite theme song.
Does that mean? Oh, I heard the Jaws theme. Is that time to open one of the first puck of this evening? I mean, I have 4. So
you have 4?
Yeah, I got nuts, and you'll see this one is actually marked with a line. This one is actually marked with a Sharpie line at the bottom, and the reason is because I had one of the girls behind the counter pick it up, so I said I'm going to mark it. And I'm going to make fun of you if it's bad.
Oh boy! All right, open it up before we talk about the power play.
Okay, we'll open this one up because it's marked. Chances are it's probably a Bodker.
Oh boy!
I mean, can we think of somebody worse than him at this point? I can't. Oh wow! Okay, you know what? I got to give this girl big props. That girl gets big props because fun must be always.
Oh, AJ's fave. Nice.
Yes. Fun must be always.
Very nice.
So, okay, we'll set that one aside for now. We'll open another one in about 10 minutes or so.
That's right. And funny enough that you get that because it's going to lead to a great segue because Hurdle assisted on the first power play goal in 19 opportunities by Jonas Donskoy. O'Regan also with the other assists to tie the game at 2-2. Guys, I tweeted out the lines for the power play units. What did you think of them tonight? Alex, we'll start with you.
Because I still need to see them because they definitely looked a little off to me when I was there.
Playing O'Regan on the second power play unit was kind of surprising. He's only been up for the Sharks how many games?
2,
3,
2 or 3. Yeah. Yeah, that was like the bigger shock there. I don't really follow the Barracuda, but I think he was the captain on the Barracuda. He was one of the leaders on Barracuda.
One of the leaders,
and he was really good on the power play, and I think that's what they were kind of looking at. And the power play is like 1 for 24, so like you're basically trying anything.
Yeah, no.
So in the month of November, it is 2 for 28.
Yes,
that was good for 7%.
I like how I wasn't even close.
The first power play unit that was out there for the first power play was Donskoy, Hurdle, and O'Regan down low with Couture and Burns at the points.
Yep.
The second power play unit was Jumbo, Pavelski, Bodker, Heed, and Vlasic.
Either way, those were some significant changes, and they went 1 for 3. They got one. So for tonight, it worked.
And you know what? First power play opportunity, they got 5 shots on goal. It was a great one there. They got 2 on the second one, and of course, they cashed in on the third. So,
I'm quite sure the Ducks were going, wait a minute, hold on. The Sharks on the power play. Jumbo's not out here. What happened? Is he okay? Did he go to the dressing room? What happened?
But here's the thing, guys. Jumbo couldn't pass it back to Burns. It forced them to create different ideas. So I think kudos on to them with that. All right, so the Sharks tie it up. They definitely had a nice big run late of just following that to try to get the lead, but unfortunately they didn't. Both teams pick up a point, went into overtime. Overtime, you had your ups and downs, but it was kind of it wasn't like a fast speeding overtime. It was kind of puck possession controlled. Ended up not having too much to do tonight in the overtime. 3-0 were the shots in the period for the Sharks. In favor, they finish up with 42 shots on goal. Anaheim with 30 on Jones. all in all, guys, you go into the shootout, and what did you think of the shootout that included Brent Burns scoring? Yes, it doesn't count on his stats, but Burnsy semi off the schneid.
A little bit. I was really unimpressed with Pavelski's try tonight. LeBank's wasn't much better, but at least tonight's made sense, where you went Couture, Pavelski, Donskoy versus the other night, which was what? Couture, Pavelski, and Tim Heed.
Yes.
as the third one. And like Donskoy didn't get into the seventh round because they put Burns in there, they put LeBanc in there. So yeah, that was a little odd. I'm still perplexed as to going with O'Regan and then Tierney and then Hurdle. Like, I thought that was odd, but yeah, I can't believe Hurdle didn't crack the top 5. But anyway, I don't know.
But Alex, a lot of kids were getting thrown out there, and maybe that's the familiarity with the shootout with the Barracuda.
You know, like I'm just gonna follow up on the Hurdle. Is he kind of injured? Is he going through something? Because it seems like he's been cutting back, or the Sharks have been cutting back his minutes for the past 2 games.
Someone took away his fun.
Scored, so therefore no fun.
Yeah, like it is surprising that for Hurdle not to be in the top 5. I'm glad Burns scored, but like the thing is that it doesn't count. So
yeah, no, of course.
I know for a lot of basketball players, like even like seeing the ball go through the net is like still a relief. So hopefully, you know, this power play or this penalty shot, whatever, still counts.
And going to Chris in the chat, fun must be sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
No, we actually have some good comments in the chat right now. Not that we don't always, but
we never do.
At Puck Guy and AJ, why are Vlasic, Jumbo, and Pavs the 3-on-3? Yeah, that kind of shocked me a little bit. You would think that would be Jumbo, Pavs, and Burns at that point, but
who were the Ducks playing?
I know. I'm just saying.
Because if it was,
and I like this Rob Iman saying Chance Hansen is placed on waivers before 2018. Dude, that Chance I think is probably right up there with Bodker. I mean, somebody's getting bought out. Is all I'm saying. Somebody's getting bought out.
But however, you still have a lot of cap space in there. So
you have a lot of cap space, but the other problem is, okay. I'm not saying this to piss off the chat at large.
Oh boy, here we go.
But
it's game over.
But Kevin Kurz had a very, very good article on The Athletic over the last day or two that basically kind of, and this is the whole thing. You got to give it up to Kurz. Now that CSN isn't like cashing his check, now that it's from The Athletic, dude has kind of opened up the gates a little bit. And he basically kind of went off on something that I've been talking about for forever, which is the fact that the Sharks have done a pathetic job of drafting, especially in the first 3 rounds, over Doug Wilson's tenure. Granted, they've gotten players like Hurdle and, I mean, okay, yes, Vlasic, but that was, gimme from the Kiprusoff thing and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, Couture, Vlasic, or Couture, Hurdle, there. But when you look at like that, they could have gotten like Brock Besser, and I forget the other guy. There's another guy who's like kicking ass right now,
Matthew Barzell of Islanders.
Yeah, over Timo Meyer. Not to shit all over Timo, but just that seems to be the case over the course of the Wilson tenure. Is that Again, and I don't know how many times that I have to preface this, I don't expect the Sharks to bat 1,000 every single pick. But when you look at what they've done just over the last 10 years, it has not been great. Granted, they haven't had a lot of upper picks because they keep going to the playoffs every season. But the thing is that you will look at guys that were taken 5, 10, 15, 20 spots lower and that are like going to the All-Star game or up for the Calder Trophy. You know, I'm sorry, but Tim Burke and the staff need to be shit canned, and we need to find some new guys to do some scouting and drafting, because the Sharks, they're just not getting it done. I mean, Timo and LeBanc, you know, a couple nice pieces. Are these top 6 guys? Remains to be seen. But at this point, I don't know that they are. They are not getting it done the way Pavelski and Couture did when they broke into the league.
I mean, this has been the story for how long? I don't think this has been past Doug Wilson. I don't think
this has been since day one when we drafted Falloon over Scott Niedermayer.
There's that too. But for me, the biggest thing that I've been bitching about forever is defensive picks. Yeah, it's the defensive picks. And again, I just go back to the whole thing of like the Giants, where their whole entire infield is homegrown, but for some reason they're just blinded on developing and drafting outfield. They can't do it, so they have to go out and buy it. And that's the thing. If you look at whether it was Doherty, Petrecki, Wren, Wisser, any of those guys pay off, then you're not having to go out and buy a Brent Burns or buy a Brendan Dillon. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And those guys are taking those spots, and they're doing it for a lot less money at this point, which frees you up to spend a little more cash at forward. Is it time to open another puck?
I think it might be.
Okay.
And that was the classic AJ rant, brought to you by insert advertiser here. Yes. Back to you, AJ.
All right. So we're opening up a second one. Let's see how we did. Let's see how I did, because when Puck Guy went to the game on Saturday, I got a Yoki Ryan. Hopefully we don't get another Yoki Ryan. Don't need to. Hey, you know what? What was the first one? Tomas Hertl. And can you guys guess who this one belongs to?
Oh, jeez. Logan Couture. Man.
Hey now. All right, I'm 2 for 2 right now, kids. Anybody want to do some trading? I'm just saying.
All right. So he's got a Hertl and a Couture. Whoever this gal is, we need to talk.
Yeah,
because apparently
she picked some good. Go. And just to let you know, if you can see right up there, there's a blank space. I'm gonna write your name.
Don't ever.
Thank you, Brody.
Quote Taylor Swift.
Thank you, Brody. That was for Brody.
Oh gosh. Moving onward, let's talk about the final stats of this game in the 9-round shootout. Antoine Vermette wins it for Quackenheim. Overall, in the shots on goal, 42-30 in favor of San Jose. The face-offs were fairly even, slight edge to Anaheim. Ducks went 0 for 2 on the power play. Sharks go 1 for 3, as we've talked about. They end their schneid, where I jinxed the Sharks with saying the last time they scored a goal was Marc-Edouard Vlasic. The irony that we talk about, why is Vlasic on the power play? And he was the last guy who scored on the power play until tonight. Ducks out-hit the Sharks 45-24. They outblocked 19-7. The Sharks gave up 7 more giveaways to the Ducks. Red O'Bara 40 of 42 saves on the night at .952 percentage. Joner 28 of 30, not a bad night at .933. Your leading ice guy tonight, Brent Burns at 29.41. Outside of Marc-Edouard Vlasic at 22.04, everybody else was in the 16 to 18 minute range for the Sharks. For time on ice on the forwards, Pavelski and Thornton over 21 minutes. Everybody else was in the 12 to 16 minute range, except for Tomas Hertl, who had 18:10, and Logan Couture at 17:37. Sharks now go to 10-8-1 on the year. The Ducks improve to 10-7-3.
Man, what a difference a week makes, doesn't it? It seems like just a blink of an eye, like the Sharks were in third, one win out of taking second.
Yep, and they were within 4 of LA. All of that has changed. Now they're only out by 5, so they're still within the range. Dang, somebody was mad about that. But however, The standings in the Pacific look like this: LA at 26, Vegas at 25, AJ's other favorite team, Calgary's at 24. In the wild card spot is Anaheim at 23. The Sharks now on the outside looking in at 21, with Vancouver also at 21.
Oh, did somebody say it?
Somebody said Vancouver, and they're right tied with the San Jose Sharks. Edmonton at 16, and the suddenly hot Desert Dogs at 13.
Oh my God, 3 in a row. Everybody calm your jets.
Just saying. Because I'm just setting this up for the preview for Wednesday night. Just saying. Anyways, so the Sharks currently in 5th place, tied with Vancouver, although they do have a game in hand, and that's what's keeping them out from being 6th in the conference or 6th in the division, and nearing the cellar dweller in the Western Conference.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely, sir.
The people that are watching this, how do they make sure that they're involved in what's going on and that they don't miss out?
Well, to quote Chris JWS in the chat, you are going to power play that like button like Don Skoy did, and then you are going to use a rocket backhander and subscribe that button, and you're going to check us out. We are your live and interactive Sharks postgame show. We do this after every game. We put our 110% effort 100% of the time.
Allegedly.
Maximum effort. Unfortunately, this Wednesday is not it's not rivalry night, right? It's not a national game.
No. We had our last one, or at least we only have one more left.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we got our
maximum effort.
Yes. Yeah. So
is it time to open another puck?
I think it is before
Let's
we start talking about the Desert Dogs.
Okay, let's see what I can do here.
In other words, Alex, what's on your wish list this year?
Oh, dude, she screwed me.
Stanley Cup.
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
How about that one?
I'm gonna get you something for your background, so that way.
Okay.
Hey, let's put it this way. So, let's have all the AOL jokes come back to me. Although, damn it, Donskoy, I had one more goal, and Hockey Jerk would eliminate any AOL jokes from here on out.
All right.
With that being said, back to you, AJ.
How great were these pulls?
Those were amazing.
Couture
wonderful.
And Hurdle. These are fantastic. If you know me, well, I have 2 left. So I have this one, which I have yet to unwrap, but then I have this one.
Okay.
And I'm only showing you the side because I want to ask you, who is the one fucking Shark player that I do not want an autograph of?
Miami?
Yeah.
I said Shark player.
Oh, correctly. No, Kel Bodker.
I'm sorry, who? I'm sorry, who? Who were you asking?
Oh my God.
So
that's awesome.
So Hockey Jerk, if you'd like to make a trade, I got you, bro. Man, I feel so filthy after that. Like I need to go get what do they call that? A Purell. I need to Purell my hand after touching that Bodker puck.
Oh jeez. Hey.
You got one more left, right?
That is
yes. I do have one more left.
That is.
This is another Bodker puck.
It'd be great if it's Hanson.
I was gonna say, yeah, right.
Oh, dude. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it right now. Then.
Come on.
Oh, dude. If it's fucking Hanson.
Hanson.
If it's not gonna fucking
be
Hanson.
He hasn't done anything right this season.
If it's fucking Hanson, I swear to God.
Or DeMello.
Oh, okay. No, this is not bad. I will take this.
Jones?
No, sir. Let's see if you can figure it out.
Let me get it.
Let's give it a try. He likes dogs.
Oh, classic.
Hey now.
Well, they're definitely
that is a good 3 out of 4. Oh, you know what? Gentry can take that Bodker one and do all sorts of crappy things with it.
I think you'll have a trade with Hockey Jerk.
So, you know what they say? 3 out of 4 isn't bad.
That's right. It's better than one for 3, like the Sharks.
For those of you who don't know, Hockey Jerk, I don't believe, is watching this broadcast. Guess what he's getting for Christmas?
Spoiler alert. All right. Let's set us up for Wednesday night in Glendale as the Sharks will take on the. No, AJ, what are you doing? I didn't even
What
say
did I
it
do?
yet.
Huh?
I didn't even say it yet, and you're already taking a drink.
Because I'm so ready for it. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. We have some stuff on the chat that deserves a spot on the rack. AJ, fuck you, dude. Vodka is not touching this fucking rack behind me with a 3-foot cock. Fuck you.
Oh.
Laurel should send it straight to me, AJ, so you'll be clean again. It might happen. It might have. Wait a minute. Hold on. We sent Laurel like a shirt or something.
I hope she's doing all right.
And Chris JVWS, that's like regifting a Red Lobster card. Red Lobster gift card. Here you go. Here's your Red Lobster.
Fact or fiction? Vodker's in the press box against his former team.
Dude, I thought he should have been there tonight and the game before that. I'm sorry, dude. Vodker is just not having an impact. He has to be the very first buyout. And that's with Paul Martin on this team.
When Hansen and Bodker were together, I thought they worked well together, but like just not enough offense off that line. So
but Chris coming back with, but Red Lobster has awesome dinner rolls.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What is this? AJ should donate to the Sharks Foundation. Bitch, please. What do you think these were?
No. Well, it's essentially because of how much you need to add into the swear jar.
It's only been a few times.
Everything NHL.
You should have heard before the show.
Oh yeah, it's only been a few times.
Everything.
I'm just
everything NHL swear jar should be enough to buy Warriors tickets right now. After that, by AJ.
No, not even Silicon Valley.
I like Rob Iman saying, "Can we just do a GoFundMe for Bodker's buyout?" Yes, I am so, dude. Literally, I am like kind of like there are 3 guys that I would love to buy out right now: Bodker, Paul Martin, and Joel Ward. All 3 of those guys.
I can see Ward, but you still need some speed with Bodker.
Dude, we've seen the Sharks try this crap before. Yeah. Torrey Mitchell, all speed, no hands. Then it was who was the other guy that I always used to call Torrey Mitchell 2.0?
TJ Gagliardi?
No.
It was
Tyler Kennedy?
He's on Colorado. God, no. He's on Colorado.
Nieto. Nieto. Yeah. So it was Nieto. No, dude, we don't need. Bodker is literally turning into Torrey Mitchell 3.0. All speed, no hands.
Could it just be a factor that Bodker doesn't play well in the system?
I'm tired of hearing this. Okay, so okay, fine. Then what was Nieto's excuse?
No.
Was it the system? You know what I mean? Time, yeah. It's just no. There's just certain guys, man. All feet, no hands.
All right, let's get to the NHL wraparound really quick before we start wrapping things up. Blue Jackets beat the Sabres 3-2 as Panarin, Jenner, and Dubois score for the Neon Buggers. Sam Reinhart and Evander Kane for Buffalo. The Blue Jackets now have 27 points on the campaign, while the Sabres are at 14. Is Eichel demanding a trade right bleeping now anytime soon?
That'd be nice.
In Toronto, break out the Coyote. Oh, wait, what am I saying? Break up the Desert Dogs.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
They have won 3 in a row in Canada, beating the Canadiens, Senators, and now the Maple Leafs by a score of 4-1.
Which makes you think that the pendulum at some point has to start swinging to the other side. Like Arizona's bad, but they can't be this awful. And Vegas has been great, but they can't be that great. I think we might start seeing the market correct itself a little bit.
It's been that way with Vegas for the past 2 weeks, though.
It's been.
I'm still waiting for it to be that way with LA, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
LA is going to be good. They have Jonathan Quick, as long as they're injury free. So that's just the thing with
and they're doing that without Jeff Carter too, for that matter.
Yeah. And Jay, I don't know who you are in the chat, but Jay, I owe you a beer. Fantastic comment.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Jay.
No, he doesn't.
F you.
Brandon Perlini, who I get confused for Berlini, got the game going. OEL, which Brody apparently didn't know who OEL was until it was explained to him. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Max Domi, Reader, and JVR for the Leafs. All were the scores in this game. The Leafs now are at 14-8. The Desert Dogs are at 5-15-3, still going after the Sharks' 71 loss record. All right. In Washington, the Flames beat the Capitals 4-1 as Johnny Gaudreau, Monahan, Backlund, and Giordano get goals for the Flames. Lars Eller was the lone goal scorer for the Caps as the Caps go to 11-10-1. The Flames now are at 24 points, 3 points ahead of San Jose.
Yep.
In the hockey tonk, it was the Predators beating the Winnipeg Jets 5-3. Lazy penalties played the way for the Predators to win on this night as they scored two power play goals in the middle frame, 3 overall in the middle frame as Fiala,
I almost feel like there's
Johansson,
somebody
Church,
that we could invite on that would give a really good perspective.
She went to bed. If she was, then by all means, Rocky, get on here.
It's like 1 a.m. that time or 2 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. We are trying to wrap this up too. In Minnesota.
I'm sorry, where?
In Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, you gotta get fantastic, don't you know?
I need a Coke.
The Devils beat the Wild 4-3, with Moore getting the game-winning goal less than a minute into overtime. Marcus Granlund with 2 third-period goals, including an extra attacker goal with 1:36 left.
Dude, just keep on laying in that Upper Peninsula accent, dude. I love it.
You know. And of course, the Sharks lost to the Ducks at 3-2 in a 9-round shootout. All right, with that being said,
hold on. Let's just put it all in perspective really quickly. Both teams that have INN in their name that Guy loves lost.
Yes, but I don't love them as much as you love the Flames. So
did they lose?
They lost. They were sorry about that. All right. With that being said, Wednesday night, Desert Dogs.
Excuse me. Hold
on. One final question. What do you think is going to happen first? Brent Burns scoring a goal or the 49ers winning another game?
Oh,
shit. You know what? That's a really good bet.
Question.
That is a really good bet.
I'm not even joking about that, by the way.
That is fantastic.
Which one?
You know what? Hold on. You know what the thing is that I actually have to look up the schedule because the Niners are actually just got off of a bye, and going into that bye, the bye was actually a 4-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So they are hosting the Seahawks this weekend. So do I think that Burns?
They just lost the Falcons too.
So hold on. So Burns has at Arizona, at Vegas, hosting Winnipeg between now and then, has 3 games. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know that any of them are going to fucking score. Sorry, swear jar. Sorry.
Damn,
I think the 49ers are going to lose versus the Seahawks, and I don't know that Brent Burns is going to score in any of those games at Arizona, at Vegas, at Winnipeg. Okay, so I'll bet Burns.
Oh, who the Niners play after Seattle? I think
it's
at
Chicago.
Chicago Bears.
Chicago.
Yeah.
If Burns does not score a goal in 2 weeks.
Dude, but he's gone 2 months.
I know, but 2 weeks. Oh my God.
Dude, Seahawks, you have Seattle, Chicago, Houston, Tennessee, Jacksonville, who are killing it, and then the LA Rams. Dude, I don't think the Niners are going to win. Okay, they might beat Chicago. Other than that, I don't think they're going to win another game.
Chicago,
they might have a shot. I don't know, but it's in Chicago. I'm sorry. Welcome to 49ers After Dark.
We'll wrap it up soon. But
yes,
if if the Niners don't win against Chicago, then it's gonna be 1-9 or 1-15. So,
I hope so.
God, I really do hope for Burns that like he scores 2 goals against the Coyotes, but like, come on.
That's where I think that shootout goal will help them.
Oh wait, hold on the chat.
Come on, Laurel.
Somebody's no, not Laurel. Everything NHL is trying to bet me a vodka puck, which I just happen to have, but I don't know what they're saying, what their bet is. But dude, I'll put this right up. Dude, if you want to, I will put this vodka puck up against your quarter that happens to be in your pocket right now. Yes.
He's betting the 49ers are going to win first.
Before Burns scores?
And let's
I will go for that.
Two things. Number one, AJ's given that puck out to 4 different people now.
I'm only trading it with me. With Hockey Jerk. No, just with Hockey Jerk because he has some sort of bizarre affinity for the bod. Either that, or I'm going to give it to Brody Brazil because he loves #HotBod.
Yes.
So next up, we're going to talk about soccer now.
Yes, coming into tomorrow night's action.
F you.
No, it's FC in front of all their names now.
Okay. Everything in NHL is saying, can we stop talking 49ers baseball now?
That's right. Anyways, so we got the Desert Dogs tomorrow or on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. We'll be back with you following that game. Of course, if in case you missed any of this, and trust me,
bring your own turkey.
If you missed any of this tonight on the show, by all means, you can check it out on
what the hell was that? Boom.
Welcome to the Gong Show, everyone. Catch us everywhere. If you missed anything from tonight's show or want to hear it again, check us out on tealtownusa.com.
No, everything NHL saying, no, I would give you a vodka puck, AJ. No, I already have one that I don't want. What are you talking I don't need 2 of these.
Alex, don't you wish he ended up with 2 vodka pucks there?
I wish it was Blocker and Hansen, and I'd be like, oh,
yes,
they're best soulmates.
You're waiting. If it was only would have been like Blocker, Hansen, and Dell, and Goodrow.
Well, I would have taken
and Goodrow. Like those would have been the best. No. F you.
I wish the
Vlasic, Hurdle, and Couture bitches.
Plus,
I wish the 4 pucks you got were No, Hansen, Bacher, Braun, and Dell.
And actually, you know what? I actually have to just cover this and say, think that it looks like Yoki Ryan because I also have one of those coming to me as well.
Yep. In case you missed it, you can also check us out on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, and YouTube. Of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit up tealtownusa.com for all your favorite podcasting needs.
Tell a friend.
And make them tell 14 other friends. So,
because that's all we need to get 2,000.
Yes. Final thought, Alex.
We should have won this game. We had more rest. It's a 3-point swing because it's a division opponent. That's the 4th division opponent, 4th or 5th. 7 rounds could have gone either way. We could have been talking different tone if the Sharks won it, but anyways, you can follow me on Twitter at Al Martinet. I probably won't be on the next episode because it's Thanksgiving. So enjoy your families and hope you have a great holiday.
Same to you, Alex. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so it was 5 over there. So twice against LA, twice against Anaheim, and 1 against Vancouver.
Yeah.
Vancouver, if you remember correctly, is the team that Alex thinks only went to the Stanley Cup final once. They actually went more than once,
3 times.
But anyway, okay. Well, we can go back. We can go back to the earlier show.
Check the tape. What tape are you working on?
We can check the tape. But anyway,
anything, Alex. They don't forget everything.
Yeah, we don't.
They have dementia.
Yes. So, new Plucknologist will roll on Tuesday, I guess, because it would have to be tomorrow because Sharks play on Wednesday, as do the Nashville Predators. So new Pucknologist tomorrow night, early Wednesday for your beautiful Thanksgiving listening pleasure. That's how that's going to roll. Real quickly in the chat, do you want my Niemi puck? Then AJ. No, I actually think this Bodker puck is worth more than the Niemi puck.
You're crazy.
And that is saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
God.
Because you know what? I don't know anybody else who will take a Sharks Niemi puck, but I know two dumbasses who will take this one. So I will.
I'll take the Niemi puck.
Okay, well then you work your stuff out with everything NHL. Follow,
Yes.
Everything NHL. Follow at AL Martinet. Which I'm pronouncing it so you know how to spell it. That's all. Al Martinet. That's what I'm doing. Al Martinet. That's how you pronounce it. That's how you do it. Oh Jesus Christ! Steve saying I have a Kent Huskins puck for you.
Let's no. We'll talk. Mystery pucks after dark will occur. On Wednesday night.
Yeah, but you know what? Shout out to Chester Chivo, who remember the giveaway that a year and a half ago. Whatever it was, the mini banner for the Western Conference Champions Final. I had an extra one and I traded him. He sent me a autographed puck by Douglas Murray, and it is fantastic.
Excellent.
So I like that. So if you have a puck that I want that I don't already have up here on the wall that's signed by somebody, hit me up. Because I got a Botker puck waiting with your name on it, baby.
Yeah, and there's number 5.
Well, and hold on, let me take a look. Do I have a Vlass? I might already have. I have to go look, but I think I might have an extra Vlass. I know I have a Hurdle, so this one's up for you. And I know I have a Couture puck up there. So if you're interested in any of these, hit me up with a puck that I don't already have signed, and I'll be a Huckleberry.
Or more like a Puckleberry. With that, I'm Eric Curry. You can follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14. For all of us here at Teal Town USA, thank you. Have a great night. Keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real, Teal. And let's beat the Desert Dog.